Hey everybody, it's Sharmel. Welcome back to Loc's Lifestyle. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you all how I do these super cute butterfly locks over my 1-year-old natural locks. So let's get into today's video.
As the sun shines on all of my glory, my flaws don't look so bad at all. What was I so afraid of?
Alright you guys, so here's just a close-up on my hair before we get into the tutorial. So I'm going to walk you guys through all the products I use, the methods and everything like that. So yes, I wanted to switch up my look. I've been loving my locks, you guys. I haven't done a protective style over my locks since maybe I think May. So since May, I've pretty much been wearing my real hair. But I wanted something different for my birthday. I have several videos here on my channel showing you guys different protective styles over your locks. I will link a couple of videos down in my description box if you just want more advice and tips for when it comes to installing protective styles over your real locks to minimize damage and things like that. I personally haven't experienced any damage installing protective styles over my locks, but everyone's hair is different, so always just make sure that you do what's best for your hair. I say it in a lot of my videos, listen to your hair. When it comes to choosing a method or a technique, I always practice installing it and taking it down before I commit to doing my full head. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if this is your first time here, and don't forget to like this video. So now let's get into this tutorial. All right, so I'm going to start by showing you all the hair that I'm going to be using. So I actually purchased these crochet butterfly locks from Amazon. They came in 12 inches. I have them in the color 1B. And you get a pack of 8. Well, you can choose to get a pack of 8 or a pack of 2. And this is how the locks look. They're very textured. And one thing I really liked about these butterfly crochet locks is that the ends were tapered. Sometimes when you buy like pre-made crochet locks, the ends are very like thick and bulky and full. And I like that these come tapered off. And you get 10 butterfly locks per pack, and then you get 8 packs, so that's a total of 80 locks. And I also got 2 packs of the 1B27 because I wanted to add a few highlights in my hair. And for this install, I used about 4 packs of the crochet hair. So I used 1 pack of the 1B27, and then I used 3 packs of just the 1B. And then I'm also going to be using this Marley hair, and this brand is the Zuri brand, and I had got 4 packs of this and 2 packs of 1B and 2 packs of the color number 2, but I only ended up using 2 packs of the Marley hair, and this is just a texture shot of how the hair looks. And here is my hair, you guys. I washed it the night before, and I think I was about almost 4 weeks post retwist, but since I washed my hair, obviously my roots and everything are really fluffy right now. So yes, this is just my hair showing you guys a before. So I'm going to start by just lightly misting my hair. I don't want my hair too damp, but I do just want to make sure my hair is hydrated and moisturized before I begin this style. So I sprayed it with some water, and now I'm just going in with some oil, massaging that on my scalp and the ends of my hair. I did do this the previous day when I washed my hair, but I just wanted to, take that extra step to make sure my hair is going to be good underneath these faux locks. And then off camera, I just went ahead and started on my hair just to make sure I had my bearings together and I had my technique down. So I know this one in the middle right there is a little off center, but once it's all done, you won't be able to notice really like that. But yes, so the first thing I recommend doing is sectioning off your locks. I'm going to be using 2 locks per faux lock, and I like to use 2 locks just because I feel like it creates a sturdier base. However, it's all going to depend on the size of your natural locks. If you have thicker locks, then you can get away with doing like 1 faux lock per lock, which I actually did for some of my thicker locks in the middle. But this is why I recommend pre-sectioning your hair off first, so that you can just have a general idea of how your locks are going to fall and it just makes the process a lot easier. When it comes to like parting in products, I try to not use too many products to smooth out my hair, and I try to stick with products that I naturally use on my locks. So I'm just using my hands honestly to section off my hair, and I'm also using a little aloe vera gel to kind of smooth out those parts. This is one of those things that I had to learn to accept, being locked, that my parts are not going to be as smooth and neat as my hair was when I was a loose natural. So yeah, I'm just sectioning off. I do, however, use a little edge control in the front because y'all know I like my baby hair, so I am going to use some edge control like on my locks on the perimeter. And since my roots are kind of fluffy, I'm going to do a light retwist at the root and then 2-strand twist those locks together. This is just again going to help keep things semi-neat and separated. It's gonna fluff out again, but in the initial process of sectioning off my hair, I do, like I said, do that soft retwist and then just twist those 2 locks together that will be in one faux lock, and in my opinion it makes it a little neater. So in the past I've used the rubber band method to kind of clean up my parts and smooth out those sections, but I wanted to try something different. I didn't have any issues with the rubber band method honestly, but I'm always looking for new ways to learn and new techniques that minimize overall tension and potential damage. So this is the method that I am trying this time around. And then since some of my rows had odd numbers, like these 3 right here, I'm just going to leave as single locks because those locks are pretty thick. And like I said, that row has an odd number, so we are just going to let those be. So that's again why it's important to section your hair off in the beginning, so everything is kind of laid out for you. So now I'm just pulling my sections up to get them out the way. And now we're going to move on to actually installing the crochet locks. So like I said, today I'm going to be trying a new technique. So I'm going to start by taking a piece of the Marley hair like so. Then I'm going to fold it and take the shorter piece and lay it against my real locks that I have sectioned off. And then I'm just going to begin to wrap at the base of my hair like you would do any faux locks. And I realized I was making faces, and I wasn't making faces because it was hurting. I just don't like the way that the Marley hair feels like when it runs over my body and my hands and stuff like that. So yes, you see me making faces, but it's not because it hurts. It's because I don't like the feeling of the hair touching me, okay? So now I'm going to grab one of my crochet locks with the loop part, and I'm just going to lay that against that shorter piece in my real lock and just kind of lay it on in there and then start to wrap around it. I know it's kind of hard to see since my hand is kind of blocking it, but I hope that makes sense. And I am going to show you guys some more examples. But yes, I literally just take that crochet with the loop part up and just lay it against my real lock and start to wrap around it. So it's not really crocheted in. It's not necessarily like, it's secure, but it's not secure in the way that we're used to securing crochet locks. And then I'm just going to continue to wrap that Marley hair until I pass my natural lock, and then I'm just going to tie it a couple of times to secure it and then cut off the excess hair if there's any left. I feel like trying to explain it makes this technique sound really complicated, but this technique is really, really easy and I absolutely love it. I love that it's not super bulky at the base of my head. I don't have any excess tension. And with this Marley hair, it makes wrapping really easy. The hair doesn't get like tangled compared to the fluffy like spring twist hair. So overall, like, I love this. The crochet butter locks, they already have those, you know, the butterfly messiness, so you don't have to do a lot of excess work, and you can still kind of see like some of my real locks peeking through, but because of the style, it all just kind of flows together. So here I am, just going to show you guys a few more examples. And so yeah, I start wrapping at the base. I add in the faux lock, and then I just continue to wrap until I pass my natural hair, and then I tie it off, and that is it. And then for those thicker locks where I'm just using one lock, I'm going to show you guys how I install it, and it's pretty much the exact same process. So I have that thick lock there. Again, I'm taking the Marley hair, wrapping it around the base. Literally the exact same process, except it's just with one lock. And as you guys can see, my parts are nowhere near perfect. However, like I said, I've kind of accepted that it comes with the territory of installing faux locks, braids, what have you, over real locks. I'm not saying that you can't have, you know, really clean, sleek parts. I do see some people have them. But I'm always just more concerned with the overall health of my natural hair and my overall patience level. So I just don't like putting too much energy in trying to get certain parts straight, just because you're working with pre-sectioned hair. You're going to be limited on what you can do and how much you can do. So like I said, it's one of those things that I've learned to get used to, and I don't really mind the freestyleness of the part, especially with these butterfly locks. Butterfly locks are already look pretty messy, so not having super clean parts doesn't bother me, and I think it kind of looks better with the overall look of butterfly locks. And you guys, there are so many different methods and ways to doing protective style over your locks. So like I said in the beginning, find a method that works for you. I personally really enjoyed this one because like I said, they're very lightweight. It wasn't a lot of tension. And I like the fact that I don't have like the fake hair super intertwined with my real hair. Like I see some methods where they crochet the faux lock or Marley hair underneath the real lock, and I just personally don't like the idea of having fake hair crocheted in between my real hair. The way that these are installed, once I cut it where I tied it, it's just basically unraveling, and like the faux lock isn't connected to anything, so that's just going to slide out easily, and then you just have to gently unwrap the base. So yeah, this is the method that I used and it worked for me. So far I haven't had any issues with like slipping or anything like that, and it's very lightweight and comfortable on my scalp and my head. And here's how it looks once they've all been installed. They actually ended up being a lot longer than I expected. Like I said, these are 12-inch locks, but since I wasn't laying them at the root of my hair, it added some extra length. At first I was gonna cut them, but I actually really like this length. It's not too long, not too short. You still have versatility, but you don't have a bunch of hair weighing down on your head. So I thought this length was perfect, but that is something you want to take into account if you do decide to do this method, that your locks will end up being longer than the original length of the faux lock. So now I'm just going in and adding my finishing touches. So I'm doing my baby hairs, and then I'm also going to take some setting foam and just apply that on my hair, tie my head down for a little bit and let it set, and I'll come back with the final look. All right, you guys, and so here is the final look. I've actually had these installed for about 4 or 5 days now, and I am loving this style. You got a full 360 of my hair. I'm not gonna lie, I was really skeptical installing these. I didn't know how it was gonna turn out, but I love the final look. This style was really quick as well. It only took me about four and a half hours to complete. I started at 10:30 in the morning and I finished by 3 p.m. and I also took, that's including like taking a break to eat and stuff like that. So this style was actually really quick to install. It was very easy to install with the method that I used this time around. And out of all the protective styles that I've done over my locks, this was by far the easiest installation. And I don't know if it's just because I'm just more familiar with my locks. They're more mature now, so I'm not as, like, obviously I want to make sure I'm doing right by my hair, but I'm not like super paranoid and delicate when I'm doing them. So yes, I love the way that these came out. So yes, as far as these like pre-made butterfly locks, for the most part, I don't have anything bad to really say about them. They're very lightweight, they're very flexible, they have movement, they're not super stiff. The only thing that I can see potentially being a problem is that some of them have started to unravel. I was wearing my hair in a ponytail yesterday actually, and I don't know if it's just from me like managing and trying to get my hair in a ponytail that I loosened up some of the locks. So like, you guys can see some of the hair, I guess, in whatever technique that they use to create these, they're starting to unravel a little bit. So yes, you do have to be kind of delicate when styling these, just so that you don't accidentally like unravel any of them. Here's another one that has kind of started to unravel, and it's not that big of an issue. Like, you can literally just wrap it and retie it, but that is something to be mindful of. But yeah, I love the way that these came out. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Snatched by Sharmel, and I will see you all in my next video.